Tells me that it is true. So anyway, my I got to 26 minutes, so I guess I'll do a part 2. But it tells me, it tells me that it is true when I look at the evidence of LGBTQ and how all these rights came into play when Obama and Michelle came into office, especially transgender rights. So, I mean, I feel like we should not put truth before blackness. That's all I'm saying. Um, I have always loved the truth. And I have always wanted to know the truth. And I think for a person that wants to know the truth and love the truth, you're going to always put the Heavenly Father first. So when you put blackness first before truth, you are putting the Heavenly Father, you're putting something before him. You're putting blackness before the Heavenly Father. That's what you're doing. Because the Heavenly Father is going to tell the truth. He don't care about what race you are, what color your skin color. He's going to tell the truth. And so I always want to put my Heavenly Father first. So that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. So I don't know. I've been thinking about Trump. Sometimes I think that's not even the real Trump. He's so different from the first time he was in office. So sometimes I think too that there's people behind him that's really running everything. Like it's not him himself. Some things I see about Trump, the things that I see he's doing this term, I don't feel is him. I feel like it's people behind him that's firing everybody, that's telling him to fire everybody, that's telling him to do the Black Lives Matter, remove it, that's telling him to raise the tariff. Because when you think about it, who profits from the tariff being raised? The government. It puts more money in their pocket. So, because it's taxes. It's tax on, it's 25% tax on everything that comes into the country, which we have to pay for, not the companies. We have to pay for that. So it puts more money into the government's pocket. And I haven't seen where our taxes have went down. Well, I really don't pay taxes, but Uber don't take out taxes out of our money, but nobody has told me that their tax has went down on their checks. And I be talking to people, and they all complaining about how much tax they're paying in their checks. And so I would think that you will lower what he said, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tip, and no taxes on Social Security. One woman was saying she had read the papers, and it was saying that there was going to be no taxes on 20% of overtime. So I don't know. But none of that has came into effect yet. But the tariffs have came into effect. Raised to 25% on the tariff that came into effect. So basically, they're squeezing more taxes out of the people. So that means more money is going to the government. This government has gotten so greedy. I tell you, so extremely greedy. But you know what I was thinking about that? Yahweh is in control. Yahweh sent me a message, because sometimes you forget that he is in control. My mouth is dry. Yahweh is in control. And so I was thinking about the things that this country has done. Now y'all know that this country has to get its payback. Yahweh is a just Yahweh. He is justice. People always say, God is love, God is love. Yes, He's love, but He is also justice. And so He's not going to let people get away with hurting other people all over the world and people in this country. And so justice has come to a lot of white Americans. It has. I think that black people, a lot of us is used to struggling. A lot of us is used to having it hard, especially living in the United States. I think that we can survive, and especially if you have Yahweh on your side, you can survive. But for people that have been pampered for centuries and centuries, that have been pampered, I think for them to go through half is what we go through, they won't. A lot of them won't survive it. They won't survive it. When I get some money, I'm out of here. When I get some money, I'm out of the United States. I've been looking at places I could go because I know that one day I'm going to have the money to go. So I think about where I'm going to go. For a while, I wanted to go to Costa Rica. For years, I wanted to go to Costa Rica. Then I listened to a black lady that lives in Costa Rica, and I was like, oh no. Because she was making a video and she was saying the things that, she have to do living in Costa Rica. I heard so much jungle noise behind her. I mean, the insects was so loud. Oh my God, so loud. I was like, I like peace, and that's too loud for me. Hearing all those insects going on like that, that's just too loud. I mean, I probably could get used to it, but I like peaceful nights. I don't want to hear a bunch of insects, And then she was talking about things, spiders and all kinds of things coming in her house, and she had to walk. So when she don't have a car, so she had to walk just to take her trash. I was like, yeah, I don't think I could do that one. So now I'm looking for somewhere like in Mexico, maybe I can live. Then I don't have to cross no waters, I can just hook up something to my van and just leave one day when I get the money, So I thought of this city in Mexico, but then they was like, it's hot and humid. And I'm like, I don't really like the hot like that. I don't. Right here in Marietta, it gets really hot in the summer times. Like, it gets into the hundreds. And I just can't stand it. I really can't stand it. So to actually go somewhere where it's humid, they talk about how Florida is humid. And that's where it is in that city that I was thinking about going to in Mexico. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I'm going to have to think somewhere else. Yeah. Oh, man. But I just don't want to go to no more European countries. I don't want to live in no more European countries. I don't. I know. So I used to want to go to Canada at one time, but no. I think Canada is worse than the United States. They have racism in Canada. The cost of living is higher than in the United States. And so, yeah, I just don't want to go to... I don't think I want to live in no more European countries. If I do, it has to be a European country where they're not racist. Like, I hear they're not racist in Germany, but I don't want to be where it snows. So yeah, it's a lot of... I have to pray and think about and find the perfect place that I want to go, because I really don't want to cross a whole lot of water. But I could, if it comes down to it, I can, And if I want to live somewhere where the cost of living is low too, So, well, today I finished doing my, filling out my paperwork, to move into an apartment. So I turned in everything. All I need to do is, when the time comes, I need to get my bank statements, and I need to get my income from Uber. So I used to live in an apartment building like in my early 20s. I lived in an apartment building with Section 8. And every year we would have to go through the process of the finances, every year to show how much you make and all that stuff. It was such a headache. And when I moved out of that apartment building, I never thought that I would have to go back to a Section 8 housing or HUD housing. I never thought that I would have to go back. Actually, I never thought that I would be on food stamps until I got on food stamps. So sometimes I think you need a step up. You need a help up. And then I know one thing, I don't want to stay on HUD housing or Section 8. I pray for a blessing to be financially straight, where I don't have to be on Section 8 or HUD housing for a long time and going through the process of filling out all the paperwork with your finances. It feels such an invasion of your privacy. But that's how it is when they're giving you a discount on rent. So the lady was saying that they might change it to every other year when it comes to checking your finances. And I really hope so, because the year go by so fast. And then here you go again. Got to go through the paperwork all over again with the finances and stuff. So, yep, that's all I have to do now is just get the printout of my income and bank statements for like 2 months and turn that in when they contact me and said, I guess, that they need it. So but I didn't get much sleep last night because I was up all night watching YouTube. I don't know. This phone and YouTube is addicting. It really is. It's addicting. I was watching this black family. It was a mother and a daughter, a teenage daughter. So it was a black woman police officer. And so the mother, I'm guessing the mother called the police because her daughter would not go to school, would not get dressed for school. And the mother had to go to work. And so the daughter was like having a standoff at home because she felt her mother was taking too long to buy her a cell phone. So I guess she must have lost her cell phone or broke it. I don't know. And in her opinion, her mother was taking too long to get her a new cell phone. So she was having a standoff at home. And so a black woman police officer showed up and said, "What's going on?" And so the girl was like she was about to cry, and she was telling the police officer, her mother was taking too long to buy her a phone. And she said, "Do you pay bills around here?" And she was like, "No." She was like, "Do you provide food for yourself? Do you do anything around here?" She was like, "No." And so she was like, "Your mother doing the best she can." She was like, "You need to get in this room and put on your clothes and get ready for school." And she was like, she asked her mother something. She was like, "I'm late for work." She was like, that police officer made her go in her room and get dressed. She said, "You got 5 minutes." I was like, this is what we need. I really wish that we had even more black police officers, lady police, and men police officers to deal with black people. Because if it had been any other race, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't have talked to her like that. When that mother called the police, when a white police officer show up, you don't know if you're going to survive it or not. You might regret calling the police if the wrong white police officer show up. I'm going to say it like that, because all white police officers are not bad. But if the wrong white police officers show up, somebody might wind up dead. You know what I'm saying? So when that black police officer showed up, she made that girl go in there and get dressed. Didn't nobody get beat up? Didn't nobody get shot, in their own house? So that's why we need more black women police officers and men police officers. And I was watching one short where this black boy, he was handcuffed. He was, I don't know, he was like probably late teens, but he was handcuffed. And there was an older black police officer, kind of heavy set, and he was fussing at the boy. He was doing like this, he was just fussing at the boy. And the boy was like, well, like talking back and I guess explaining himself. And he was like, still like, fussing at him. And so the black boy was still like, trying to explain himself. And then the Hispanic police officer came and took the handcuffs off the boy. And so he put on his shirt. And so he was like, the black police officer really like fussing at him, giving it to him. And so the black boy was looking like this. And the black police officer grabbed him by the head and hugged him. And he just, and the black boy was just, he just laid his head on it, was just hugging him and squeezing him. And I'm like, this is what we need. We need more black women and men police officers to deal with black people. That way you don't wind up dead. You don't wind up shot and dead, So it's good to see black police officers deal with black people. It really is. Yeah, we need more of that. So but the day will come when we call the police and they won't show up. I had that dream I had about Marietta. I had a dream, I'm talking about Marietta, California. I had a dream that Marietta, California had went down so far down. It was insane. Marietta went so far down that it was unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. And so in that dream, I believe I was in Old Town Marietta, because everything looked kind of old, and there was a lot of young people hanging out and stuff, and looked like they was doing dope and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I was looking around and I was like, wow, about what I was seeing, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I know the police is going to drive by at any moment, That's what I'm thinking in my head in this dream. I know the police is going to drive by at any moment, and these people are going to be all in trouble. But the police never came by. Never came by. Never drove by, right? So that was one thing I had recognized in that dream, is that the police never came by. And so then fast forward, and I have this another dream when it's nighttime and I'm driving on the road, and these white people are trying to get me to stop, and they have shotguns, and I didn't stop. I made a U-turn and I left. But I called the police like 3 times and they never showed up. Never. Nobody never answered the phone. So, they're definitely not going to show up because they didn't answer the phone. And so, so that's 2 times. That's 2 dreams right there with the police. I'm looking for the police. Oops. Sorry. I put my phone up here this time because I didn't want it on the thing. Anyway, so that's 2 dreams where I'm looking for the police. I'm calling the police and no police. So I don't know if this country is gonna completely like get rid of the police, or the police is gonna be, it's gonna be so less, not that many police that like the police numbers is gonna go down so far where you might as well not be any. I don't know, but I definitely don't want to live in a country where there's no police, because I can imagine what it's going to be like. I hope I'm gone before that happens. I really think that one day Mexico is going to be better off than the United States. I do. I really have that feeling. Because you think about it. Spiritually, when you think about it, it would be just. And the reason why is you had the Mexicans coming over here to work. And a lot of them work really hard. And then you get someone in the White House that says, get out of here, go back, go back, go back. And then, so they taking them out and handcuffing them and sending them back. But then you got other races here, Europeans, Asians, that they're not making them get out. But they're targeting only the Mexicans, basically, from what I'm seeing. And probably some of the black, like Haitians or whatever. But mostly they're targeting Mexicans, making them leave. And so for so many years, Lord have mercy. So for so many years, you have had the United States trying to keep Mexicans out of here, out of this country. So honestly, and then where they building a wall to keep them out. But honestly, I really think, from what I'm seeing in my dreams, this country is going to get hit really hard. Several things is going to happen to this country, from what I saw in my dreams. And that's going to bring this country down to its knees. And going to make this country fall so far down that this country is not going to be recognizable. And I think that one day Mexico will be doing better off than this country. And there will be Americans trying to get over to Mexico to live a better life. And Mexico going to be like, nope. Nope. We not having it. They're going to remember when the United States kicked them out. They're going to remember. They're not going to forget that. I'm telling you, they're not going to forget that. And I think it's going to be a lot of countries that's not going to forget a lot of things that America has done. So, yeah, that's why I want to get out before that happens. Yep, I want to get out before that happens. I'm going to be like, look, I'm Black American. I didn't agree to none of this stuff that they were doing. They were treating me bad, too. I'm not one of them. They were treating me bad, too. Shoot, don't treat me bad just because of what they did. They treated me bad in my own country. We're indigenous to this land. They treated us bad. So don't make me pay for what they do. I did not agree to none of this stuff they did. So that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna try my best to get out of here before the hit the fan. Anyway, let me see. I done talked for like 26 minutes, and then now my cell phone says 50 minutes that I've been talking. But this is the second video. So when it gets to 26 minutes and something, it cuts off and start another video. So I'm guessing this will cut off when you do 26 times 2. So let me see. 40 and then 12, 52 minutes. Oh yeah, so this about to cut off again soon. Alright, so I would talk to you guys in another video. I just wanted to talk and get some things off my chest, and I don't get to talk a whole, like, I was talking about that, that plandemic is what it was. I was talking about that, but I think they really want to get another one started. I really do. I think they want to get another one started. Don't be running to no hospital. You get a little sneeze or sniffle, because that's what it might take you out at. Yep. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in another video. Y'all have a good day. Bye.